if you're going to athletes, then you show me what other athletes have done it. A lot of athletes make really stupid investment choices and end up bankrupt after their playing career. And that's the thing that becomes your business card.
Hey, Evan.
What's up, Jeff?
Hey, what? How do you remember my name?
I said Jeff.
Oh, okay. Hey, so I don't know if you remember this. I know you meet and come across a lot of people, but we had met when I was interning with Dave Meltzer. You had came to the office and showed us a little bit about social media and stuff like that. But it was awesome to meet you. I just wanted to hop on here. I've been in commercial real estate for about a year now.
Okay.
And I'm trying to build my brand. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. I'm still chasing my first deal. I've been working at this, not bringing in any profit or income for a year now. And it's kind of getting a little tough, but I'm trying to figure out ways, maybe making a podcast, putting out content, hopping on more lives like this with you. Trying to be interactive on social media. Do you have any words of encouragement or any advice?
Who's your ideal target?
So actually, I'd like to work in a niche market. As a commercial agent, I'd like to help athletes and help them to invest in apartment buildings because, no one takes care of these guys post-career. And we all know that average NFL career and average UFC career is very short. And a lot of athletes blow their money. So I'd like to help athletes to invest in and build their passive income, generate, wealth through real estate. But first I've got to, put one foot in front of the other and create some deals, regular deals, just with normal investors. But anyone in the Orange County, SoCal area, I can do deals. Outside as well. We've got affiliates in out of state all over the U.S. globally. It's as easy as a phone call if anyone's looking to invest out of state as well.
Would you consider apartment buildings commercial?
Yes.
Well, good news. There's tons of athletes in the SoCal area. There's lots of them are trying to figure out how to make money, what to do post-retirement, or what to do even now to set them up for post-retirement. Dave is a great contact for you.
Definitely. Yeah.
Because he's got a lot of those athlete connections. They'll find you. I put together one epic piece of content, like the must-read guide for what athletes need to consider to get into real estate in SoCal.
So I really need to just be aiming big right away, huh?
Well, athletes in terms of going after LeBron is one thing, but it could be somebody who I was just on a live last week with a former MLS player.
Okay.
And he started his own business.
Sure.
Right. And he's trying to figure out, like, what do I do after my professional 2-time champion MLS player, right? Soccer, but not like household name LeBron James.
Franchise player. Yeah.
So you're going after athletes, but they may not all be well known. There's a lot of guys who are in the league, any of the leagues, who could walk past your car right now and nobody would know who they are.
Sure.
So I think it's still a good market to get into, but you're just playing maybe not in the superstar arenas.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
But I'd be looking at who's done it. So especially people like me. So if you're going athletes, then you show me what other athletes have done it.
Yeah.
So you build and maybe Dave can help, or maybe you just do your own research and you see who's invested in the real estate, especially in SoCal, but who's invested in real estate as a smart investment for them. Because a lot of athletes make really stupid investment choices and end up bankrupt after their playing career and end up going the Allen Iverson route, right? It's like, don't do that. So build one giant case study around athletes who've had success going into SoCal, especially, but even in real estate, and then just your top 8 to 10 tips for what they need to be aware of to make a good deal.
Yeah, so it's not anything new or anything like that. You've got like guys like Grant Cardone trying to help out athletes like Mayweather and Kevin Hart in the entertainment industry, and who else did he have on there? Dana White, and he's kind of providing that service for those bigger name athletes as well. But yeah, okay, yeah, I can definitely make some kind of content and on that, targeting that market, like you said.
I wouldn't even worry necessarily about daily content. I want one epic piece that when an athlete has some money, they're looking to invest into something. Why real estate? Why apartment buildings instead of X? Instead of launching, their own coffee line? Instead of there's a million options for them. Why commercial real estate? And you've got the answers, but they don't have the answers. And then telling me who's done it already. This guy did it, and she did it, and he did it, and he did it, and all sorts of different athletes from all sorts of different backgrounds, from football, baseball, soccer, badminton, ping pong, whatever, athletes across different spectrums, all investing in real estate, all having success, and not going the way of other. You can also show the athletes who've just went bankrupt and never invested their money properly. And I want to be the guy to help you do it, right? So having that giant case study is where I would invest 20 to 50 hours of research into putting that together. And then that's the thing that becomes your business card. Not like a little mini Instagram post. That PDF becomes your business card that you want to get in front of people. And then at the end, it's like, hey, if you want, I'm happy to help you, especially if you're in SoCal, jeff@whatever.com. And then your only goal is, how do I get this in the hands of as many athletes as possible? Okay. Sounds good. So Dave might be able to pass on to somebody, joining people's IG lives, DMing people. For you to start getting deal flow, it's having that one giant piece of content that's epic, because I've never seen anybody put that together before. And then outreach. Less than trying to make daily content and hoping people find you. It's that, and then you go hunting, outreach. It's a 20-page deck, and on the last page is going to be contact Jeff at whatever, phone number, email address.
All right, I'm all trying to write this down. Okay, cool. Thank you, Evan.
He's been struggling for a year to get business, right? And I love that he was so honest, because a lot of people, myself included, I struggled for a year to get business, and I was way too afraid to tell my best friends that I was struggling, let alone come on an Instagram Live and tell people that I'm struggling. So big ups to Jeff for that. But if you need to get immediate business in, I go over this in Built to Serve, right? My book, The Fast Path to Freedom. The fast path to freedom is the fastest way to start making money from your social accounts, where you just create a little bit of content, epic content, right? I recommend doing 9 pieces of content for your Instagram, but with Jeff, I'd love to see that detailed, full PDF. And then you're just doing outreach, and your goal is to get people to consume those little pieces of content and then message you, not to be what most people think. I love thought leadership. That's a long game where you're making content and you hope that people find it. Even in looking at Dave Meltzer's, I'm so pumped that he kept going, because, at the beginning it was hard to gain traction, as people don't necessarily know who you are. That's the same thing. Nobody knows who Jeff is yet. And that's a long game. And it may take a couple of years of making content before you get on people's radar. And by that point, you can be out of business. Nobody knows, you haven't got the deal flow when you quit and go do something else. So it's very real. A lot of people just run out of time. They run out of runway. So fast to freedom. You make the epic one piece of content or 9 micro pieces of content that shows off who you are, and then you DM people and you message people who are in your ideal audience for them to visit your profile and consume those pieces and then hire you for a deal. That's what a lot of people need to be doing right now, but especially Jeff.
If you want to see another awesome one-on-one I did with an entrepreneur just like you, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.